Hey, welcome to Italo Canadese with your host, Salvador Tucci, of course. You know what? Today, I'm going to talk to you about first aid. Today, we're going to talk about first aid. And you know what? Ever get a cut? You know what? You're at work and you work with chemicals. You put on a Band-Aid. And you know what? The Band-Aid falls off and you're still getting, dirt. And you know what? This thing can get infected if you don't, treat it well. But anyway, I got the solution. So, the solution is crazy glue. That's right. They tell you all these risks, but a lot of doctors, they seem to be using this stuff here, crazy glue, on cuts. But you know what? The cuts can't be that deep. But the small little cuts are okay, are safe. But anyway, I'm going to have to show you. So let's go into the washroom and I'll show you. So here we are in my washroom, and this is what you have to do. You can see I have a cut right there, but you know what? I had to use crazy glue before, and what you have to do is you have to wash your hands, with soap and water, just like that. Make sure you wash it, or if it's bleeding, add a little bit of alcohol to it. But we're gonna just wash our hands, just like that. See, just like that. Make sure you wash your hands. Okay, see, nice and washed. And now we're gonna just dry the hands, just like that. Okay, make sure everything's all nice and dry. So now, make sure the area is all clean, and we're gonna open up our crazy glue. And what this thing does is, you just put a little bit of a drop, in there, just a little drop. Wait, is it coming? Just like that. You see? I don't know if you can see that. Just a little drop. And now you put it under the water because this activates with, dry with. After that, you turn on your water, make sure it's cold, and you're running, not too much, and you run your finger there. And what happens is you're going to form like a white crust. It's not going to hurt you. It might sting a little bit when you put it, but believe me, this stuff is a miracle Band-Aid. As you can see, it's just, you see it, how it's turning white, you see? But believe me, no chemicals are not going to get in there, believe me. And that's all there is to it. Now we turned up the cold water and we let it dry a little bit. Now what we can do is, you can maybe, because it's still fresh, but it's going to be hard. It will be dry. So after, just let it dry and then gradually just pat it. You see how white that is? You see? But that's okay. Within a week, this thing is going to slowly disappear. But sometimes it may crack, so you just apply a little bit more. In the meantime, anyway, I'm back in my kitchen here, and this thing feels a lot better. Yeah, looks like a piece of toilet paper, doesn't it? But it's not. It feels like, paper or whatever. It's a little bit rough, but that's okay. So now, question is this thing safe after it's dry? Well, they say it is. You know what? But there are better liquid, bandage on the market, which is more flexible. This one here is more crusty. You can hear that? So, it feels like paper. But anyway, the ones that you get at, any drugstore over the counter, it's called liquid skin. Those, I would suggest to get those to use on a child. I would not recommend to put this on a child. Unless, if it's really necessary, go ahead. But I would not recommend to put this on a child's skin. So, okay, folks. So this concludes our video of the day. I just put on the cap, the safety. And you know what I'm going to be doing with this? I'm going to be putting this in my first aid kit. Yes, that's it. It's mandatory. In this house, I need crazy glue in my first aid kit. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and you can always add a comment below. And you know what? I'll see you next time. Italo Canadese style.